The president, who has long flirted with marijuana legal changes, according to the Washington Post, something I reported a while ago, the president's going to do this. He's going to reclassify marijuana. Washington Post breaking the story yesterday. Few people have matched it. Trump seeks to cut restrictions on marijuana through planned order. The president is expected to direct agencies to reclassify marijuana as a Schedule II drug. Now, you'll notice the weasel words in both the headline and the subhead: seeks, planned, expected.
Yeah.
The Speaker of the House is not for this. There are people in the administration, I can tell you, who are not for it. And yet, obviously, do you think the president's doing this for political reasons or not? The politics of this are pretty clear. The data is clear. It's more popular than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. There are some people in the president's party who don't like it. I don't think the president historically has been very anti-drug. His brother died of addiction. He is not a user of anything. Doesn't drink. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't use drugs. Kevin, what if this is a political play? And I think most people think it is. Is this to turn out young voters for the midterms? Like, what's the political play here?
It could be. I think it's also just a realization, Mark, to your point, that the country's kind of moved on from this issue. So many of these states either have it legalized or medicinal legalized, and this is kind of just the federal government keeping up with the pace. And I don't think it's going to be a factor in the midterms.
You don't?
For young people or any kind of people.
Yeah. Larry, why is he doing this?
I have no idea. I've asked and I can't get a straight answer on this thing. I mean, obviously someone's advised him to do this and that it would be good politically, maybe in one state or another. Listen, I've always been pro-freedom. I followed William F. Buckley's lead on this. When William F. Buckley said the war on drugs has been a failure, it's time to legalize marijuana, I was like, well, it's okay with Buckley, it's okay with me. Yeah. But I think this is a failed experiment. Anybody who spends any time in downtown Denver, any of our major metropolitan areas, it really has been a major problem, and it has. I got to admit, I was wrong about this. I thought it was a good idea when it was proposed, but I think it's become a disaster.
I'll say two things. The president's pollsters have a lot of data that show this is very popular and is overwhelmingly popular to make this change. The other thing, speaking of Colorado, my friend who lives in Colorado wanted to get cable, and he called the cable company and he said, I want to make an appointment. They said, it'll be 3 months. And they said, well, why is that? He said, because we can't hire anybody to work for us because everybody's high. No one wants to work. They're all just high. Yeah. One thing I want to Polymarket real quick, because we had it before, but I missed it on my list. 118. This goes back to the pot question and whether the president will change how marijuana is scheduled from our friends at Polymarket, where you can wager on just about anything. Will weed be rescheduled this year? You can see only 5% chance. Now, that Washington Post story may get people thinking it's going to happen, but you can see it's been much higher over the last long period of time, but only down to 5% in the Polymarket odds. Okay.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.